これが完璧な生命だ。ラビーダ・フォルニカラス。
Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're back on Pio's account, or Piotr's account, or Rukia's Assets account for the Max Transcended Szayelaporro showcase. And yes, I've been saying I have a couple of Max Transcended showcases to do, and some of them are very limited units. So this IZ has a lot of story particular enemies, so I thought of recording Szayelaporro's showcase today, and I did a bit of research on him, and he's a very interesting character. Before we start the talking part, you guys must have seen the entire showcase of like the speed run through IZ, and yes, that entire showcase part could have been done better. There were parts and there were flaws in that run, and under 50 seconds can definitely be done. So like 48 seconds, 47, for sure it can be done. It's just that my old phone is not the best at, you know, flash steps and whatnot. It's pretty laggy, but yeah, so let's just get started with Szayelaporro. He came out on the end of month of August, so he's like almost 1 year old. He came right before the Berserker and Frenzy meta, so basically he has Havoc and everything else which a 2020 unit has, but he doesn't have Berserker, so he's just lacking that extra damage. And when you're 5 out of 5 with 500 SP, what can I say? You will have everything you need for DPS. He is really amazing. And so let's just run over his stats and skills. He has 20 bruiser, 2 seconds debilitator, devastation 40, frenzy, havoc 20, poison duration minus 100%, and sprinter plus 1, which is pretty normal. And he's not a swipe on Yoruichi, so no extra flash steps. He has a strong attack recharge link of minus 12%, which is good. He's not a boosted star link, but we have a lot of boosted star links in mind, being Jushiro, Rose, and also Koga himself. So there's a lot of variety in this. And so onto his kit. All of his essays are melee collision, which is very, very nice. Then they're all what can I say? They're all 120 mag. They're all good. We do not have any undermagged essays, and yeah, he's pretty standard for a character. And so we'll explore into his kit while we do the showcase in single player IZ. We're not doing co-op today because co-op is just not the best for my phone. It's way too laggy and I can't really explain all too well while doing co-op. There's just too much going on, so I chose to do single player. So the links for the showcase are mainly going to be the tea set, the Espada chair, and the pill. So we have a few Transcended links. We have Jushiro, we have Momo, and we have Toshiro. So we're getting 770 SP from the links, and yeah, so this is a lot of SP from the links. Ideally, with Transcended links, you can get a lot of stats into your unit. So transcending links or transcending frenzy links have good purposes, and especially for PvE based content. Mainly for epic rates and GQ, you guys are going to be using what can I say, Senkaizen links, most probably NAD links if you're running NAD units. But I think in terms of IZ and stuff, running full SAR, extreme co-op, running full SAR, droplet zone, full SAR, this is the way to go. And yeah, going with Senkaizen into runs is okay, but then if you take damage, you're losing a lot of SAR as well. You're losing SAR, you lose damage instantly once you just take 1 damage, or once you step on a puddle or get burned or poisoned. So I don't know, man. I personally feel full SAR is the way to go, and with max Transcendence, of course full SAR is the way to go. And so yeah, we'll be stepping into IZ. And yeah, so how has your summons been, guys? I did like just a free multi and free single, and along with some BBS tickets and whatnot. And yeah, I basically am saving up for Tokinada. You guys will probably see a video on Tokinada based on fillers. I will definitely be summoning. Alright, on to Szayelaporro's kit. So Szayelaporro has a pretty conventional kit for ranged characters in 2020. And yes, even though he's a 2019 unit, he's very, very strong and holds up very, very well. Currently on the tier list, he holds a rank of A-. And this rank is also shared with other units such as Baragon and Kiryu, but this is for manual only. So so he's in quite of a tight niche. There's the Furious Battle Ichigo, Hikone. There's also Baragon, who holds his own even in 2020. So there's a lot of competition in this niche. And regarding his essays, his essay 1 is an 870 with 3000 length beam, which is 120% mag. He doesn't have guard breaks, so a lot of hits are all needed. And yes, he has 6 hits for his essay 1. And mainly the idea of hits is the more the hits is better in terms of units without guard break or the resistance piercing item. Resistance piercing skill. His essay 2 is a melee collision vortex, as you guys can see. And yes, this is I believe the widest vortex in the game. It's it's not the widest. It is 520 radius. Byakuya's is 630, even though it just tries to follow its enemy like the honing vortex. So again, 3000 length. It's it's pretty long. The width, yeah, it's I think the widest for like the beams at this point. I think Mind Ginjo has a very interesting beam SA1, but as you guys can see, his SA3 on the other hand is a 1080 full screen SA3. Without Havoc he would not have a full screen SA3, but with Havoc he does. So it's pretty good. It's still beyond full screen, so it's all good. It's a little smaller than the conventional 1200 which we're seeing now, but 1080 is still plentiful and it's still very, very good. And yeah, it's definitely good. It's also that SA3 is a standard 8 hits SA3, so which is pretty common for most units. And as you guys can see, it takes out the waves pretty clearly. So regarding the vortex, and the vortex doesn't really pick up enemies from behind. It's sort of just like, it's a crawling vortex. For those who did the old GQ meta, you guys clearly know what a crawling vortex is. It's 20 hits. So it keeps moving. You know, it doesn't travel as far, but it's pretty good in my opinion. As you guys can see, he clearly one-shots, and he's very, very potent. He's very, very good. And the beam does not pick up enemies from the side, as you guys can see. That's one example which I wanted to show you. So try to stay a bit far away and make use of the length which the beam has, and that's one way to make maximum use of the beam. And the SA3 is beautiful. It picks up enemies all around. It's 1080 all around him. It's not 1080 distant, which is, so distant basically is in front. This is around him, 1080. So this is beyond full screen around him. And so it's pretty cool, you know. He's a pretty cool unit, and we didn't worry about taking damage because we went full SAR, which in my opinion is really good. I'm gonna let the special play out. All I want to say is that tail is not a tail, that is his PP. Szayelaporro got big PP energy. That's all. Yep, big PP energy. Subarashi kibunda. Szayelaporro also has one of the best voice actors, so he's pretty cool. And you know, I personally really like this version of Szayelaporro. I'm not really a big fan of Szayelaporro, but in this aesthetic, he looks very, very cool, and he has a lot of things going for him. And he has like the nice color scheme with purple, red, pink, and whatnot, and also black the tail and the PP. But yeah. But alright guys, I'll see you guys in a few seconds in the full Senkaisen damage showcase. Hello guys, we're back for the full Senkaisen showcase. So we're going with full Senkaisen. So the advantage of full Senkaisen build is, one, you do not need to fully link slot a unit, you just need 10-0-0. And full Senkaisen, the only drawback is if you take 1 damage, you lose all the DPS. You lack strong attack recharge, you lack CDR, but then with max transcendence and all of this stuff, with all the beyond full screen shit, you're probably gonna be clearing waves with 1 or 2 essays. Like, it's pretty easy. So we're gonna be looking at the DPS in this department, and yeah, I have high expectations for this unit. He doesn't have Berserker, but at 5 out of 5, it more than makes up for the missing Berserker, and he is really, really strong. He's very, very good, and he has an amazing SA1. 870 with SA1 is the best that you could ask for. It's very, very good. As an SA2, beams are no longer the meta, I guess. I think that beams are SA1 meta now. And 960, the Havoc cone boosted one, is the meta SA2. So, okay guys, we have 60% full stamina damage boost. This is mainly because of the Senkaisen links. So let's go into NAD damage. So 8.2k NAD, and not killer enemies is 5.2k. So 29.7. Alright, oh, that's respectable. 27.8. So the Vortex does about like 9 to 10k. I mean, Vortexes are not the best essays, but then they can help do a lot of crowd clearing despite not being ranged collision. Some Vortexes, however, are ranged collision, and this one isn't. This one is melee, and which is very, very good. Alright, SA3. Again, as you guys can see, 28k, 28.7 on the beam. As you guys, so that's about 6.6k. On not killer enemies, we have about 17.7. Pretty respectable. He still should be one-shotting mostly every enemy. Regarding co-op bosses, I'm not too sure. A lot of the co-op bosses are extremely toxic. For example, TT Shuhei. Don't even think about using this build with Shuhei. You're probably gonna die if you see Shuhei. That's my honest truth. As you get, pretty good. Clearly missed that enemy there. Beam SA1, 28.8. Alright, so pretty good numbers in my opinion. So we don't even need to use all the hits because we're just one-shotting. And I'll let the special play out another time. Big PP energy. 162.5, 162k, and this is without attention tie. So pretty solid. Again, yeah, regarding speedruns, ideally speaking, there's no clear advantage to doing speedruns. Regarding GQ, ranged story per killer GQ, he's very, very good. All of his essays are pretty strong for GQ. He doesn't have the best proc. He has poison proc, which isn't good for GQ. He has revive mechanic on his special, which is good for co-op in my opinion. With poison proc, he is good for Senkaimon, and yeah, he can help clear Senkaimon floors with poison and burn proc. He doesn't have the extra debil. He has like only 2 seconds, which means like in total 4 seconds of poison proc, which is gonna be lasting, which isn't bad. His special's poison proc will be like 7 seconds. for those who needed to know that. And yes, his special is also full screen. I mean, that's a given at this point. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys liked the showcase. I added a small touch of the speed run before we went into the dialogue part, just to add a bit more flavor to the video. Hope you guys liked it. Anyways, be sure to like, subscribe, share with your friends and family, comment on how you guys like this video and where I could potentially improve on it. And yeah, that's gonna be it for now. See you guys. Bye bye.